Thank you, Chair. Valerie Chomeno from the Research Department.
That's our team today. Your Excellency, maybe you can also go on record as you introduce your team.
Thank you, Chair. Irungu Kang'Ata, Governor Murang'a, and apologies for coming late. We were informed it's about 9:30. Took time for that. Thank you, and we apologize.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Faith Werimu Joroge, CEC Education.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Leonard Guchu, Chief Officer, Education.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Catherine Maura, Director Education, Early Childhood.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Honorable Naomi Maina, MCA Rocho, and also the Chairperson Education Committee in the Assembly.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Dr. Mwangi, MCA Ecde Ward, Vice Chair, Education Committee.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Professor Kiari Mwaura, the CCM Finance and Economic Planning.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Hannah Wairimu Kamau, nominated MCA, a member of Education Committee.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Daru Zakari, in charge of libraries.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Nicholas Gandu, the peer to the Governor.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Hassan Abdullahi, Chief Officer for Youth and Sports.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Julian Wangari, nominated MCA.
Thank you, Chair. James Ndongo, Accountant, Education.
Chair, my name is Martin Bao, Director of Education, TVET.
Chair, I'm Philemon Kebiru, Chief of Staff.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you so much, and please allow me also to take this opportunity and welcome the honorable members from your county assembly to this meeting today. You've already displayed the unity that you have in Murang'a County, and that is impressive. We are happy, and Waheshimiwa, welcome to Senate. Your Excellency, I'm going to read short remarks before I give you a chance. This, I know you have done it and you've heard it so many times, but for formality, please allow me to say that the Senate Standing Committee on Education is established under Standing Order 2283 of the Senate Standing Orders and is mandated to consider all matters related to education and training. The committee is currently conducting an inquiry on status of implementation of early childhood development, ECDE, and technical and county vocational education and training policies in the country. The committee resolved to undertake this inquiry in two folds as follows: invite governors to meetings in Parliament to respond to the issues sought by the committee, and number two, undertake county visits to counties to oversight the status of implementation of ECDE and vocational education and training. The committee has so far met with 24 counties, namely Nyeri, Trans Nzoia, Bomet, Nakuru, Kwale, Kilifi, Mombasa, Tana River, Machakos, Kericho, Uasin Gishu, Kitui, Nakuru, Nyamira, Nandi, Makueni, Garissa, Kisii, Turkana, Lamu, Laikipia, Migori, and just a few minutes ago, Nyandarua. The committee has so far undertaken 5 county visits and will be taking the visits to a will be taking a visit to a county later on. I therefore invite you, Your Excellency the Governor, to make your presentation to the issues sought by the committee. Thank you. Welcome, Your Excellency. Maybe before you do that, you can please officially table your documents so that you can own them as you're doing your presentation.
On a point of order, Madam Chair.
Yes, please.
I'm just inquiring whether the area senator was informed, because I know Joe Newton is authority matters education.
Yes, I can say that he was actually invited. He was informed, but he's out of the country.
Oh, thank you, Chair. I hereby table a letter dated 29th of July 2025 that has the responses to all the questions plus annexures, which are 16. Annexure 1 is Murang'a County ECD enrollment and teacher establishment data. Annexure 2, ECD centers in primary school and standalone per sub-county. Annexure 3, photo gallery ECD centers. Annexure 4, Murang'a County
I think we need to have all the documents before the chair. So before the governor starts.
He was just doing his remarks that what is going to table.
We don't have the documents.
He has not tabled.
Let him table. So
yeah, that is what he's doing. Senator Seki, please. Go ahead, Governor.
Yes, maybe I can start. I table this document, which is dated 29th of July 2025, which is the submission of responses to the Senate Committee request status of the ECD and vocational training policies in Murang'a County.
(16) Okay, thank you. So go ahead, Your Excellency, with your remarks. No, these are 16. They are all of them. It's a set. This is one. Oh, this is the responses. Okay. Okay. So, Your Excellency, you can go ahead to do your opening remarks as the other names are going around that you've tabled. You've owned the document.
Thank you. I'm in annexure number 4, Murang'a County Expenditure Report. Annexure 5, Murang'a County Scholarship Fund Beneficiary List for the year 2022-2023. Annexure 6, Murang'a Scholarship Fund Beneficiaries 2023-2024. Annexure 7, Murang'a Scholarship Fund Beneficiaries List 2024-2025. Annexure 8, ECD Quality Assessment Report. Annexure 9, ECD Enrollment Trends since the start of the feeding program. Annexure 10 will be an ECD Teacher Scheme of Service. Annexure 11, Pre-Primary Policy Guidelines. Annexure 12, National Pre-Primary Education Policy. Annexure 13, Murang'a County VTC's enrollment by gender and course. Annexure 14, trainings and graduation from VTCs. Annexure 15, Murang'a Youth Service Program Policy. Annexure 16, Murang'a County Library Report 2025. Annexure 17, Murang'a Youth Service Policy, and the final annexure is Murang'a County Library Report of 2025. The clerk can help us.
Sergeant Atam, please.
All those documents.
As the document is being
Next one.
distributed, Senator Maruma, please, can you come on record?
Thank you, Chair. My name is Jones Maruma, Senator for Taita Taveta, member of this committee.
So that we can move faster. Angelica, please, can you give a hand in distribution of this paper so that, okay. Not impeaching the governor here. Governor, you know the drill. These documents should have been together for every senator, the way we do for impeachment, which you have done before.
Yeah.
No, he has done impeachment.
We apologize.
Madam Chair, what about if we do this so that we save time? We start with question 1. As he responds, maybe you can be getting those documents so that we can be proceeding. Yeah, we proceed.
Yeah. So, Governor, take us through your response.
Thank you, Chair. The first question was on the list of public and private ECDs and indicating the enrollment of ECD learners per sub-county, and the response is Murang'a County operates 848 ECD centers, comprising 669 public and 179 private institutions. These centers collectively serve 40,610 learners, with 33,874 learners enrolled in public ECDs and 6,736 learners in private ECDs. In terms of public ECD enrollment, Marago Sub-County leads with 5,659 learners across 110 centers. Kandara, 5,049 learners in 88 centers. Gatanga, 4,970 in 79 centers. Kegumo, 4,625 learners across 84 ECDs. Murang'a East, 3,633 learners in 72. Madhioya, 2,820 in 78. Kauro, 2,796 in 68. And Kangema in 2,558 in 57.
Just a moment, Governor. Sorry? Oh, can you give the response? No, this one, the small one, the first one. Okay, continue.
Idanga has 1,764 in 33 ECDs. The private are indicated there, and the list of ECD enrollment and teacher establishment data is the one annex number 2. Thank you, Chair.
Let's go to question number 2. Thank you.
Indicate the number of public ECDs that are located within primary schools, and those that are standalone, and those that are located in informal settlements. Madam Chair, we have 669 ECDs across its 9 sub-county. Of these, 518 are within existing public primary schools, and 151 are standalone. We have annexed a document showing the 2 categories. Annexure number 2.
Thank you. Question number 3.
Provide a breakdown of the construction cost of ECD centers in terms of class sizes, infrastructure, submit sample photos of those ECDs. The response is that it costs approximately 9.7 meters by 9.3 meters, including veranda. The construction cost is about 1.5 million to 1.8 million. For the special category of ECDs, which have 1 classroom, latrines, play materials, that's about 2 to 2.5 million. There are many factors that impact on the cost.
Because it's the first thing the first time I'm hearing this about the special category. I don't know special categories is in whose eyes, because they're in what is provided for by the document. I'm saying that because I know Kang'Ata is a scholar, and we have the policy which tells us the way these ECDs are supposed to be. The classroom, like for example, I'm seeing his ECD, what he's calling standard. I don't know in whose standards, specifications. His is 7.7 by 9.3, and we know what's provided for by the policy, which is 8 meters by 6 meters. So I don't know whose standards he's using, Madam Chair.
Please note that, then we'll answer him.
Thank you, Chair. I seek indulgence. I answer later or now?
Note that, and then you can answer later.
Thank you. Then the construction of a 3-door latrines with urinals, again subject to terrain and soil conditions. It ranges between 700,000 to 800,000. So we have annexure number 3, the photo galleries of our ECD centers. Question 4, the amount fees charged per public ECD, specifying the contribution by the parents, county government, and development partners, and the purpose of each of that. The response is that the county does not charge official fees. The county supports the program fully by covering teacher salaries, provision of fortified porridge under the school feeding program for all public ECDs, infrastructure development, and teaching and learning materials. The parents provide, however, school uniform. But allow me to put a caveat to this answer and state that there are several instances where the county has been unable to provide ECD teachers for all classes. So you may find an ECD that has about 2. One is public, paid by the county. The other one is paid for by the parents. In such instance, definitely, parents will be told to contribute. It depends on school by school. Okay, and again, it tends to be quite unofficial because our official policy is they need to tell the county, but we find a lot of local arrangements on the ground, and therefore there are several instances where you may find parents be told to pay fees, particularly to pay for the ECD teachers. As to how much each parent will pay, it depends. The more students there are, the lesser each parent will pay. The less the pupils are, the higher the amount they will be told to contribute. And mainly, it tends to be an issue geared by the primary school headmaster. Question number 5. Provide transition rates from primary to secondary school and from secondary school to universities. Response. Murang'a County in 2024 KCSE examination presented 31,485 candidates, comprising 15,481 males and 16,004 females, indicating a balanced gender but in favor of women. Out of this, 6,289 candidates attained a minimum university entry grade of C+ and above, qualifying for placement into degree programs in local universities under government scholarship. The group included 75 candidates with A, 280 with A-, 591 with B+, 1080 with B, 1824 with B-, and 2439 with C+. The remaining 25,067 who had C+, C study and below, they joined TVET as well as diploma and certificate colleges. The group included the 3,043 with grade C and other grades. Regarding transition primary to secondary education, Murang'a County achieved 100% transition rate from grade 6 to grade 7 in 2024. In the same year, the county registered 23,349 learners for the Kenya Primary School Education Assessment, comprising 12,034 boys and 11,297 girls. Question 6. Provide the comprehensive details on ECD teachers, including their number per center, qualifications, cadres, pay structure and salaries, terms of employment, and teacher-pupil ratio per ECD. Clarify if teacher employed by parents are prioritized and transitioned to the county payroll during recruitment, and indicate details of any refresher retooling courses conducted for pedagogical skills development. Response: Murang'a ECD program is staffed by a diverse team of trained teachers and caregivers spread in all sub-counties. The majority of ECD teachers are 977 who are employed on contractual terms by the county government, and they fall under job group G. An additional 85 are under internship arrangements, while 212 teachers are employed by boards of management or parents, especially in centers experiencing high learner enrollment. In terms of remuneration, Murang'a pays a monthly salary of 17,520. Interns are paid 10,000. Board teachers are paid 8,000, between 8,000 and 12, depending on school level arrangements. Most ECD instructors, they possess a certificate or a diploma in ECD, ensuring that learners are supported by qualified personnel. Across county public ECD centers, the 33,874 learners are supported by 1,062 teachers or staff, yielding an overall ratio of 1:32. But ratios vary by center. Importantly, during official recruitment exercise, the county prioritizes absorption of teachers already serving under BAM terms. But again, here I also want to put a caveat that the recruitment guidelines are set by law, which was passed by this Honorable House, which insists on competitive advertisement, and which then opens the door for everyone. To improve on instructional delivery of materials, the county has refresher and retouring programs. The county has digital learning platforms, which our ECD students, they use gadgets to undertake their learning, CBC, and also workshops and sessions in collaboration with Kenya Literature Bureau. The Murang'a County acknowledges the importance of offering fair and competitive remuneration to ECD teachers, and remains committed to implementing required improvements on our terms of ECD teachers. However, the county is currently facing some legal and fiscal constraints because we need to operate within the wage ceiling set by the public finance management laws. As per Regulation 25, Sublegation 1B of Public Finance Management County Government's Regulations of 2015, county expenditure on wages and benefits should not exceed 35% of the total revenue. However, there has been proposal concerning whether we could convert our teachers into permanent and pensionable. The calculation indicated that would then mean we need to look for an extra 200 million onto the wage bill, which then would push our wage bill beyond 50%. Additionally, Section 107, subsection 2B of the PFM Act 2012 indicates that at least 30% of the county budget must be allocated for development, which would be compromised if the wage bill is increased. However, the county is still thinking how to help ECD teachers, including exploring sustainable ways. That includes enhancing local revenue mobilization. However, the fiscal piece and the targeted funding, once it is secured, then the county will consider that so that it does not violate the laws on public finance management. More details on the teachers' numbers, distribution by cadre, qualification, pay structure, teacher to pupil ratio by ECD. We have annexed Moranga County ECD enrollment and teacher establishment per school. Question 7. Provide annual budgetary allocation and actual expenditure in the education sector since 2022 to 2023 to date. So we start with 2022-2023. The county allocated 676 million for recurrent expenditure and 52.8 million for development. Out of these 659 million of recurrent expenditure, out of this, the 659 went to recurrent, while 29.6 went to development. There was a balance of about 23 million. ECD sub-sector, 20 million was allocated for program development and 19.8 was expended. Then we had 5 million for ECD furniture. We also had 6 million that was allocated for recurrent grants. We also had 5.5 for civil works. We also had 5 million for tools and development. Bursaries and scholarship received 220 million, later increased to 308 million through supplementary budget, and which was fully dispersed to support learners in secondary and tertiary institutions. 2023/2024, the county increased the allocation to 785 million, recurrent 23 million for development. When we come to 2024-2025, we allocated 777.64 for recurrent, 33 million that went for development. Under development vote, ECD had 5 million for furniture, 8 million for infrastructure. Now, again here, Madam Chair, I think there is some missing information. These amounts does not include the support we have given to ECD under the Department of Roads and Infrastructure, what we call the community projects, because per annum, on average, that department has been supporting ECDs at about 600 million per annum, that department. So, because the question was more into the Department of Education, that was not captured.
We're just wondering how you've been able to build or what you've done with this budget we are looking at here. That's what we were actually discussing.
Yes, I've just noted that in our answer, we ought to have indicated there was another 600 million from the Department of Roads and Infrastructure. Yeah. Which every ward on average per annum, they renovate and build new ECD classes. I think about 8 or 10 per annum, per ward. So meaning 10 times 35 wards, So you'll find a year that will be about 300 ECDs. So as at now, we have 700 ECDs on average. We have renovated about 520, leaving about 140, which is not yet attended. Question number 8.
So even before we go to number 8, in 2022-23, you are saying 52.8 million was for development. Is it for developing classes or some other things, so that now the 600 million from the other votes then goes to building classrooms? How did you expend this 2.8?
Yeah.
223.
Yeah, I will answer at the end.
Yes,
I will note that.
Okay.
Okay, please, we want to capture the classes the way you've done for per ward, please, if you can repeat that part. Just what you said, that you've done how many classes per ward, per annum, renovated how many?
So on average, each ward per annum renovates about between 7 and 10, between each ward. So we have 35 wards. So
comes to over 300.
About 300 per annum.
Okay. And when we are talking of centers, you're talking of the 2 classrooms plus the toilet block?
Not necessarily so. Some wards will just renovate 1 or 2 classrooms. Others will do the entire set. So it depends ward by ward. Yes. Then we have question number 8. Provide a list of beneficiaries and the amount allocated for bursaries and scholarships for those years. The response is that Murang'a County in the year 2022-2023 allocated 308 million for bursaries. That is secondary school and all other institutions. So there was a program called Nyota Yetu. The county supported 6,506 learners. Then the county then supported 900 orphans plus 1,000 university students. In the next financial year, 2023-2024, the county had 252 million, which then went to secondary school. Here, there was the Nyota Yetu program. There was also the KCPE top performance and vulnerable students, and there was also the ward program where every ward gets some money. So the KCPE performers, about 2,957, each got 15,000. We had the Nyota Yetu, 3,777. Then we had another set of students, 2,372, who got 20,000. Another one from the ward bursary. We had another amount that went to ward bursary. Every ward on average gives 2,000 students. So 2,000 times 35, these are about 70,000 pupils who benefit out of the ward bursary. Then we have Don Orion Children's Home. This is a school by Catholic Diocese of Murang'a at Kandara that deals with disabilities, which got 1.4 million. Those who went to the university, 953, each getting 12,000. 2024-2025, last financial year, the bursary was 275 million. Then we give Nyotaetu 2,499. Then the county supported day schools. There's a program the county supports all day schools in Murang'a. 30 students every day school in Murang'a, they do not pay any fees. We have about 260 day schools, so times 30. So we are talking of about 8,000 students in Murang'a. So the county pays full fees for them.
Madam Chair, because I've had the MP for Kiharu, then the Nyoro still paying for the same. So who pays the school fees? Because I've heard him saying the same. So maybe Governor, who takes the credit, is this then in Nyoro, in Kiharu particularly? Because even him, I've heard the same, so I don't know who pays.
Yeah, I will respond to that.
You will respond to that.
So we have 4 categories who benefit. One, we have the Nyotaetu. As at 2024-2025, there were about 2,000. We have the 8,000 in this school where the county pays full fees. That's about 10,000. We have the ward students, again about 70,000. So far that comes to about 80,000 students. Then you have the orphans and disabilities and university students, particularly from the day school. So it comes to about 85,000 or so students who get that support. Question number 9. When was the last quality assessment of ECD centers, both private and public, was conducted? So the county does annually, and we have provided that last assessment report. Question 11. Provide details of the school feeding program, specifying nutrition components, free feeding frequency, beneficiary ECD centers, cost, and other issues. Our response is that the county provides daily 300 ml of fortified porridge to every learner throughout the school week, every day. It is designed to improve child nutrition, increase school attendance, and enhance classroom concentration. The porridge is fortified with essential nutrients, vitamin A, B1, B2, B3, B6, B12, folic acid, iron, zinc, and calcium, which are vital for physical growth, cognitive development, and immunity. The program is fully funded by the county government of Murang'a. Since 2023, the program has had positive and measurable impact on ECD enrollment. 2023, the enrollment was about 34,000. It's shot to about 35,264. But of course, there has been some decline in enrollment, which we think they are attributed to other factors, the main one being changing Murang'a demographics. Murang'a is becoming more and more a county of the elderly, with the falling fertility rates. Overall, the program has significantly contributed to reduced absenteeism, increased school participation, and we have annexed the enrollment trends. Question number 11, provide the support provided to ECD and vocational training by non-state actors in the county. Yes, Kakuzi has donated chairs. Eudu, they are the one who help us in digital learning. Yes. Question number 12, submit copies of ECD scheme of service, ECD policy, curriculum documents, and other agreements between the county and the primary school for the establishment of ECD centers. We have provided those documents. Question 13, Provide the number and location of...
Where are they? Maybe you can cite where they are. Which annex?
Yeah, Senator, please, can you go through the chair?
Cite the annex.
Can you go through the
Through
chair?
the chair.
Yes.
The governor is saying he has provided the documents. Let him point us to the annexes.
Cite the annexes, please,
Yes.
Governor.
Annexure 10 is the ECD scheme of service, which outlines the teacher qualifications. Annexure 12 is the pre-primary policy guidelines, Annexure 11, and National Pre-Primary Education Policy, Annexure 12. Question 13, provide the number and location of child care day centers in the county categorized by public and private ownership. So Murang'a has a robust network of home-based child care centers, which caters for early care needs of 6,756 children through 1,268 providers spread across all the 9 sub-counties. The distribution is as follows: Katanga 124, Idhanga 58, Kahuro 72, Kandara 217, Kangema 93.
This we can say as it is, Governor. So
Thank you.
Go down.
Question 14. Provide a list of the vocational training centers in the county. Indicate their locations. Enrollments by gender and course. Fees charged per student. And state the indicative cost for providing the training course, the vocational training per course.
Before we get to question 14, we can have members interrogate question 1 to 13, so that at least we can now move to TVET on its own. So if you are ready, Senator Ken, you are ready to go?
Thank you, Madam Chair. My first question would be, Governor, I'm looking at your first question response. You are saying that the enrollment is highest in Maragua and Idhanga is the lowest. But seriously, looking at, I'm dividing, for example, the number of children that were enrolled, 5,659, vis-a-vis the schools, which were 110, I'm getting 51 if I divide. Then I'm looking at Idhanga, I was saying the enrollment was the lowest, that is 1764. I divide by 33, I'm getting 53. I don't think then enrollment would mean something different. Like, for example, if you ask me to donate blood, and you ask an elephant to donate blood, I'll donate all my blood, and the elephant will donate some of its blood, but it will have donated more. So I'm looking at the ratio. I don't think this will be, Madam Chair, it will be, maybe we'll talk about, if you talk about percentage, they have done very well in terms of what they are, because they can't do much. Although I don't know whether you understand what I mean. The same thing even goes to for the private. But now my question is this, Governor, how many in your 3 years, how many ECDs have you constructed to completion? And if you would know how many ECDs were there before devolution, that one would guide. Again, why do you want to put so much money from the infrastructure you put it in ECD? You leave alone infrastructure, which may be in Murang'a, they are not very good in terms of infrastructure, and then you take money from education, and then you put it in bursary, which is not your function, so to speak. like you are giving to secondary school, which is not your function. You're giving to universities, which is not your function. I don't know whether you are running from the best. That is, you're doing exactly what the president does, which I'm very uncomfortable. He's doing markets, which is the work of county. He's doing housing, which is supposed to be county. Are you learning from the best? Even you. You have provided us an extra. An extra is something called National Primary Education Policy, which tells us the way the classroom is supposed to look like. That is 8 by 6 meters. That's the way classroom is supposed to be. But your classrooms are different. The size is 9.7 by 9.3. Then you're telling us special category. I don't know where you got that term special category, because it can be unique in Muranga. But having said that, Governor, your presentation is the best of all the presentations that have been brought in this Senate. Your presentation is the best. I can quickly follow. We are happy, and for me, I'm concerned about food. You are feeding the children of Muranga very well, plus the issue of transiting. I'm seeing even the way you are paying your ECD teachers, the payments are very good. In the morning, we are seeing people who are paying peanuts. Governor, you know, when you pay peanuts, you get markets. So you are doing very well on that. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Those were closing remarks or your questions. I don't know what senators, how you want us to go about it. Does he first answer those ones and then everybody ask there? He can write.
Yeah.
So we give him a bunch of 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, he's gotten it. Maruma?
The way I know Senator Governor Kang'Ata is a very brilliant guy. He got everything and he'll answer. Now, starting with the presentation chair, matters Senator Kinyo has said it's the best, but would have done better by tabulating. If you look at page 1, that response look like paragraph 2. You are giving Marago sub-county, you know, details, then Kandara details, Gatanga details. If you tabulated, it would have been easier for us to follow, so it could be better. But he
did it as a lawyer, so he wrote everything.
You can do better with the tabulation. Number 2, I think you captured all the details, and that's why Senator Kinyo is applauding you for, which is true. Now, my question number 1 would be, or maybe clarification, Chair. On page 2, you've indicated that there is a special category, ECD Center, which receive a full development package comprising 1 classroom, latrine, play, material, water tank, and so on. Now, an ECD center cannot really have 1 classroom, because then you're supposed to have PP1 and PP2. So really, I don't know what you mean by special category when you only have 1 classroom. Maybe you can clarify on that. Secondly, Chair, we would want to know the number of teachers employed by parents and how much they are paid. Because at times, when you pay them too little, then they'd not be motivated to work. So we need to know, or have an inkling, much as it's a special arrangement, how much are they paid? And maybe also we need to get to know the qualifications. Are they registered by TSC as per the regulations? Then I would also want to know, or to get clarification on how much the county government pays per learner. Much as the education is offered quote-unquote free, but for the sake of budgeting, you must have the data on how much it costs per learner to take a child through ECDE. Number 3, you've indicated that where we have parents paying some money, say to cater for the salaries of the teachers, it is the school headmaster who administers the funds. And of course, the policy has that provision that the BOM would then have the head teacher of the school, primary school, as the secretary of the BOM. My question to you would be, are you comfortable with that arrangement, or do you want that policy to be tweaked a bit so that we have county government and national government functioning separately within the school? Much as the school is housed, the ECD centers are housed by the primary schools, but is it need to have funds collected for provision of services in ECD centers administered by primary schools, head teachers? Are you sure that the funds really reach the ECD centers? What do you think can be done about that policy provision? The other one for me, Chair, would be teacher-to-student ratio. There are some areas, some schools, and I'll quote for you, where the ratios are very small. Yet you are saying there are schools where teachers are supposed to employ. Can't you do staff rationalization and redistribution of the teachers so that then where there is overstaffing, you can reduce the teachers? I'll give an example on page 2, school number 37 called Township Mjini.
Which annex? Cite the annex.
This is the annex, this big book, annex 3.
Annex 1.
Annex, I think it's annex 1, eh? Yes, annex 1, yes. Page 2. Page 2, school number 37. Chair, school number 37 has an enrollment of 43 learners. Number 37. Are you on page 2? This long book. 37. School number 37 called Township Mjini. Eh? Or it is page 2 of annex enrollment. On enrollment, data enrollment and teachers in Murang'a sub-county. Each sub-county. Page 2. We have a problem with the labeling, but if you can get to Murang'a East sub-county, Murang'a East sub-county, page 1, then the page 2. Murang'a East sub-county. Eh? Murang'a East sub-county. I think there's a problem of pagination, but were you able to get Murang'a East sub-county? Yeah, Murang'a East sub-county, yes. So go to Murang'a East sub-county. Page 2. Murang'a East, page 2. Murang'a East sub-county, yeah. Page 2, eh? Page 2.
Are they employed by
Yeah, Township Mjini, yes. The enrollment there is 43, if I'm not wrong. Oh, sorry, it's not 43, it's 43. Oh, there's PP1 33.
33 plus 40,
73 by 4. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, the total is 76, Chair.
Oh, it's PP1 and PP2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Then I drop that one. I can drop that one. Now, then the last one is about the bursary scheme. Please try and explain, because we have Nyota Yetu for orphans. Then we have some bursary you're calling ward schools. Then there is some amount given to public day schools. How is it administered? Is it administered centrally and then some money taken to the wards, ostensibly to be maybe administered by the MCAs? And how do you ensure then there are no overlaps? Maybe you can just expound a little bit more. Otherwise, this is some good work.
So can we please allow him to answer those?
Okay, thank you, Chair. With your permission, allow me to start with the issue of the bursary. It's an issue that has been raised by the Senator of Taveta and also Senator Kenyua. And so, one, Murang'a County bursaries is divided in several categories. Number one, we have something called Nyota Yetu. Nyota Yetu was started by the former regime, and they would come to award. They use a certain committee, and they would support about 25 students on average per award. So that would be 25 students per award times 35. That would be about 800, 900 students per annum. Then they would pay for them in boarding school the entire fees. That would be about 40,000 per student. That was the only bursary that was there when we came in. When we came in, we thought, okay, we cannot drop this program because it's our students. But we had a problem with the philosophy that was underpinning it. And the reasons were, one, the people benefiting are just too few. So you are talking of 900 students getting almost a total budget of about, let's say, 200 million. In a county of about 1.2 million. We thought, I'm not so sure that's the moral thing to do. But because there are people who are already in it, we said, okay, we will allow them to finish, but we will have to change the philosophy underpinning this program. So, we would then allow each Nyota Yetu class to get out of school, let's say Form 4. Then the saving would then come up with a new idea. So, as of today, this is the last Nyota Yetu cohort that is in Form 4. What happened to the balance that was released by Form 3, Form 2, Form 1? That money is the one now we divided it into the several methods. One, every ward. We said every ward, they give us a list of about 2,000 per ward. We started with 1,000. That's about 35,000. Then,
who gives the list?
It's a committee. There's a committee set by the law, passed by the county assembly, and people apply. And then the deserving students who are the poor, they get support. Often they get very little, about 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 bursary of the county. The second category we introduced was, so that then would translate to about 35,000. So you add the 800, Nyota Yetu, you have then 35,000 of the ward. Category number 3 was what we are saying, day schools. So we said poor but bright students in day school in Murang'a, we pay full fees. That has several advantages. Number one, you create a competitive culture. 2, there is no subjectivity and corruption because it's an objective criteria. And 3, people who take their children to day schools tend to be the poorest. And that money is retained in Murang'a. Because we also want to support local schools. So we said every 30 students per day school, that translates to about 8,000, because Murang'a has about 260 day schools. We pay for them full school fees. Then, that is category number 3. Category number 4 is for university student. If you are in day school, we realize, Madam Chair, that the people in day schools tend to be the poorest, and they struggle a lot to make it to the university. The irony is, the people in boarding schools in Murang'a are about a quarter, 25% of the total schools, but they produce 3/4 of the total students graduating to the university. Day schools are 3/4, but they only produce 1/4 of students who make it to the university. So to address that imbalance, we say, if you are from day school and you qualify, we give you 10,000 as an incentive. So you add that. Then the final category was for orphans. If you are an orphan, if you are living with disability, you give us documents. Again, we give you about 10,000 per annum. How do you ensure no duplication, as asked by Senator from Coast? It's computerized. We have a digital platform, and therefore you cannot apply twice. And again, also, some of those categories are objective, so that caters for that. An issue has been raised that why do we give bursaries? First, Chair, let me take this opportunity to say that the control budget has not released county bursaries, and there's a huge uproar in Murang'a and other counties. And personally, I think counties providing bursaries is the right thing and the moral thing to do. Why? Number one, education is the most important human endeavor. And you'd imagine how institutions are currently complaining, no capitation. It is counties that have been helping our students to go to school. Mandera County pays for all the students to go to secondary school. They don't pay any fee. So meaning, when you now stop bursaries of the counties, you are punishing Mandera parents, you are punishing all these Murang'a students who are currently on bursary. What if we use that money to fund devolved functions? One, under the Constitution, there's a clause on transfer of function. So meaning, we are doing something legal. We signed intergovernmental agreements, which then created a legal basis for counties to intervene in bursaries. Second, County of Murang'a and several other counties have passed enabling legislations justifying bursaries. No single such statute has been declared unconstitutional by any court in Kenya. So those are valid legal instruments, creating a legal basis for bursaries.